How to make chicken pot pie. You need a little more than a chicken and a pot to make this pie, but this homey, comforting dish is worth it. You will need 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast, 1 stick of unsalted butter, a 1/2 cup of flour, 4 cups of chicken broth, salt and pepper to taste, 3 carrots diced, a 1/2 cup of sliced mushrooms, a 1/2 cup of fresh or frozen pearl onions, a 1/2 cup of fresh or frozen peas, 2 sprigs of rosemary, 1 sheet of frozen puff pastry dough thawed, and an egg beaten with 3 tablespoons of water. Equipment: a 13 by 9 inch glass baking dish buttered, and a whisk. Step 1. Poach the chicken breast by putting it in a shallow pan filled with water and bringing it to a simmer over medium-high heat. Reduce the heat to medium-low and cook the chicken for 15 minutes. Drain the water. When the chicken cools, shred the meat and set aside. Step 2. Melt the butter in a large pot and then whisk in the flour to form a roux. Slowly pour in the chicken broth, whisking with your other hand the whole time. Simmer on low heat for 10 minutes, stirring frequently. The cream sauce is ready when it looks like cream of chicken soup. Step 3. Add the chicken, salt and pepper, carrots, mushrooms, pearl onions, peas, and rosemary. If you're using fresh onions and peas, warm them in the microwave together with 2 tablespoons of water in a microwave-safe dish. If you're using frozen, run them under cool water for 2 minutes. Step 4. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Fill the baking dish 3/4 full with the chicken cream sauce mixture. Cover the top of the dish with the pastry, pressing the dough around the rim to seal. Trim the excess dough. Step 5. Brush the egg wash over the pastry top. Bake for 30 minutes or until the pastry is puffy and golden. Did you know? In 2006, Americans consumed approximately 88 pounds of chicken per capita, twice as much as they did in 1977. How to make chicken Kiev. A delectable rolled chicken breast stuffed with buttery goodness can be yours without going to a high-priced restaurant. You will need 1/2 cup or 1 stick of unsalted butter at room temperature, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, 1 teaspoon of dried tarragon, kosher salt, fresh ground black pepper, 4 boneless, skinless chicken breast halves, 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of water, 2¼ cups of panko breadcrumbs, vegetable oil, and vegetables. Equipment: an electric mixer, a meat mallet, a food thermometer, and a cooling rack. Step 1. Mix the butter, parsley, tarragon, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper with the electric mixer. Step 2. Put the butter mixture onto a piece of waxed paper and roll it into a log shape, then freeze it until it hardens. Step 3. Sprinkle water on top of each chicken breast and place each one between 2 sheets of plastic wrap. Step 4. Pound the chicken with the meat mallet and season both sides of each breast with salt and pepper. Pound the chicken breasts to about an 1/8 inch thickness. Step 5. Place each breast on a new piece of plastic wrap, place 1/4 of the butter log in the center of each breast, fold the ends of the breasts in, and roll them into logs around the butter. Then refrigerate the logs for at least 2 hours. Roll the logs very tightly in the plastic wrap before refrigerating. Step 6. Mix the eggs with 1 teaspoon of water in a pie pan and pour the breadcrumbs into another pie pan. Step 7. Heat 1/2 inch of vegetable oil in a 12-inch sauté pan until it reaches 375 degrees Fahrenheit on your thermometer. Step 8. Dip each chicken roll in the egg mixture and then roll in the breadcrumbs to coat. Step 9. Fry each roll in the oil, sealed side down. Turn them over once. Each side will take between 4 and 5 minutes and will turn golden brown. The chicken should have an internal temperature of 165 degrees when it is thoroughly cooked. Step 10. Place the chicken rolls on a cooling rack to drain for 5 minutes. Then serve them with your favorite veggies and watch as the scrumptious butter mixture spills from the chicken when you take a bite. Did you know? Actress Mila Jovovich was born in Kiev, Ukraine. She moved to the United States in 1981 with her father, a doctor, and her mother, a stage actress.
To make chicken Francese. Chicken Francese is a fast and easy dish everyone will love. You will need a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, salt, pepper, 4 eggs, 3 tablespoons of water, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1.5 pounds of boneless chicken breasts, thinly sliced, a 1/2 cup of white wine, a 1/2 lemon, juiced, 1 cup of chicken stock, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and 3 tablespoons of chopped flat leaf parsley. Equipment: a platter. Optional: a 1/2 cup of egg whites and fat-free chicken broth. Step 1. Put the flour in a shallow bowl and season with salt and pepper. Step 2. Beat the eggs and water in a separate bowl. For a lighter dish, use egg whites. Step 3. Heat the oil over medium heat in a large skillet. Step 4. Coat the chicken with flour and then drag it through the egg wash. Step 5. Add the chicken once the skillet is hot. Sauté until the chicken is cooked through, 2 to 4 minutes on each side, depending on thickness. Transfer it to the platter. Step 6. After all of the chicken is cooked, add the wine, lemon juice, and stock to the skillet and simmer for 5 minutes. Roll the butter in flour, add to the skillet, and stir it for 2 additional minutes. Use fat-free chicken broth for a lighter dish. Step 7. Turn off the heat and pour the sauce on the chicken. Season with salt and pepper and garnish with the chopped parsley. Did you know? Scientific and medical research using chickens has been responsible for discoveries in development, virology, immunology, oncology, genetics, and evolution.
How to make chicken cacciatore. Chicken cacciatore, or hunter's chicken, is a quick and easy dish to create at home. You will need a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 onion thinly sliced, 3 cloves of garlic crushed, salt, ground black pepper, 3 pounds of boneless chicken thighs and breasts with skin, a 1/2 cup of white wine or dry red wine, 1 32-ounce can of tomatoes or 2 pounds of fresh tomatoes chopped, 1 tablespoon of chopped fresh or dried rosemary, a 1/3 cup chopped fresh basil, and cooked pasta. Equipment: a deep, heavy-bottomed skillet with a lid. Optional: a bell pepper seeded and chopped, a zucchini chopped, and 1 cup of chopped wild mushrooms. Step 1. Pour 2 tablespoons of oil into the skillet and turn the burner to medium. When the oil begins to shimmer, add the sliced onions and garlic and cook, stirring for 8 to 10 minutes until the onions are soft and translucent. Step 2. While the onions and garlic are cooking, sprinkle both sides of each chicken thigh or breast liberally with salt and pepper. Step 3. Remove the onions and garlic and set them aside. Add the rest of the oil to the pan and heat it on medium until it shimmers. Then add the chicken skin side down and cook it for 8 minutes, turning it once after 4 minutes. Step 4. With the heat still on medium, add the wine and simmer for 3 minutes. Then add the tomatoes. Step 5. Return the onions and garlic to the pan and add the rosemary and basil. Add the bell pepper, zucchini, and mushrooms if using. Stir and taste for seasoning. Step 6. Make sure the chicken pieces are skin side up and turn the heat down to medium-low until the liquid in the pot reaches a simmer. Partially cover the pot with the lid and cook the stew over medium-low heat, stirring occasionally, for 30 minutes until the chicken is tender and 1/3 to 1/2 of the liquid from the tomatoes has evaporated. Step 7. Smother a plate of pasta with a hearty helping of chicken cacciatore and serve. Did you know? Chicken cacciatore is believed to have originated in Tuscany, a region of Italy known for its hearty cuisine.
To grill beer can chicken. We bet you never thought you could use a cold brew, can and all, to make a moist, tender, delicious chicken. You will need an outdoor grill, a can of beer, a whole 4-pound chicken, 2 teaspoons of vegetable or olive oil, 2 tablespoons of dry meat rub, salt and pepper, an instant read thermometer, pot holders, and paper towels. Step 1. Preheat your grill to medium and prepare to use indirect heat. For a charcoal grill, arrange the briquettes along the edge so none are directly beneath the center grating. For a gas grill, you will place the meat on an area of the grill away from a burner. Step 2. Remove the giblets, excess fat, and skin from the chicken. Rinse the chicken with cold water inside and out and pat it dry with paper towels. Set it aside. When handling raw meat, wash your hands often and avoid touching other surfaces and food until your hands are clean. Step 3. Rinse, then open a can of beer. Empty just enough so that the can is 1/2 to 3/4 full. Step 4. Rub the chicken inside and out with the oil, dry rub, salt, and pepper. Step 5. Oil the exterior of the can and place it upright into the open cavity of the bird. Step 6. Place the chicken on the grill and balance the bird so that its legs form a tripod along with the beer can. The bird should not be directly over a burner or hot coals. Step 7. Cover your grill and cook the chicken for approximately 75 to 90 minutes. Your bird will be done when its internal breast temperature reaches 165 degrees. When you take the temperature of the bird, be sure to insert the thermometer into the thickest part of the breast and do not touch the bone. Step 8. Before removing the chicken from the grill, alert your dinner guests and show them the ridiculous sight. Step 9. Carefully remove the chicken and the can from the grill and allow the bird to cool for 5 to 10 minutes before carving. Did you know? The first canned beer hit the market in 1935.